better sounding drum kit that you could easily program, and that's kind of what spawned the idea of sampling a drum kit ourselves. For us, the whole drum kit from hell thing started with Frederick, the guitarist in the band, in our band Meshuggah. Started kind of with him wanting a better utility, a better instrument to record drums, or mainly to be able to write music in a simple way, instead of using like we had done previous, using drum machines and portable studios like those 4-channel studios. We wanted to, with the kind of the introduction of computers into not only our lives but only into the music that we were writing, we wanted something, a better sounding drum kit that you could easily program, and that's kind of what spawned the idea of sampling a drum kit ourselves. And with the help of Matthias Eklund and a few other guys, Daniel Bergstrand, we set off to sample my drum kit, and that was the first thing that we did, and that was for the drum kit from hell. The first release was basically my Sonar drum kit that I had at the time, and we wanted it out of that necessity, or the want to be able to easily program and have something that sounded good immediately, and that's kind of what spawned the whole idea. And nowadays it's already been more than 10 years since that was recorded, the first one, and with the introduction of that, and once that product was finished, it was a lot easier for us once we got used to not only computers, because that was the mid-90s and kind of when everyone started using computers in a different way. The tool that we now had at hand was something that not only made it easier and made it possible to program stuff and to be more just more free in the way of programming, in the way of recording music. We could actually do so much like in our own, at your own home, so to speak, and we didn't really have to go to a studio, for example, to record demos anymore, not in the same sense at least, because now we had this tool that let us have a good sounding drum kit immediately. So you really had a finished demo just by recording, adding guitars, you programmed the drums, and you had a good drum sound without having to go to a studio, and you immediately kind of knew how a song would turn out and how it was going to sound. Nowadays, for me, on a daily basis, how it works is, luckily I have the opportunity, and I have a drum kit here at the studio in the basement. So what I will do is I'll sit at the drum kit and play, and when I come up with something I think is interesting and intriguing to me, I can just take it from there, go upstairs and start, open up Cubase, which is the main program that we use, and just start programming drums. And so it's so fast and it's so easy that I can just still usually I just walk from downstairs from the rehearsal space, and I'm kind of humming this drumming idea, and just trying to keep it fresh in my mind. And I just sit down at the computer, and within minutes, basically, at least I have that idea, like the essence at least of that idea, and then we kind of take it from there. Sometimes, of course, as it's rock music that we're playing, or a derivative of rock music at least, a lot of the music, of course, comes from a guitar riff firsthand. But the first thing you usually do is just either record like a guitar riff to a click track, and then immediately program drums for just that, like a single part, or even just part of a part, so to speak. And sometimes we even write music the other way around, where it's basically out of a rhythmic perspective. I might program drums for a whole song, that I kind of have a song in my head, and then I will try to explain this idea to one of the guitarists, and if they kind of get the vibe of what I kind of want with it, they will record guitars and come up with their own of course, guitar riffs for this song, and it's a different way of working. I know, but it's for us, since our music is more than a melodic music. It's rhythmic music, and it's rhythmically based, if you want. It actually works for us sometimes to write music in this kind of opposite way by starting with the drums. For us, having this tool, it's really helped us to kind of take our rhythmic ideas to a different place than we would necessarily have been able to do if we had just still been in the rehearsal space playing like we did early 90s or up till late 90s actually. So in that sense, you know, it's definitely something that has shaped how we sound. Whether, you know, good or bad, that's of course impossible to say, but we would not have developed and kind of taken our music to where it is today, you know, if we hadn't had this tool all these years. Nowadays, of course, Toontrack are not the only player in the MIDI and